Hi, okay, here's a quick video on how to set up the Meade Generic Driver using PhD2 to do manual guiding so that you can actually get some commands and a trace log so that we can see what's going on. First of all, load up PhD2. Now, I'm going to assume at this point everything's installed. So I'm going to load up PhD2. This is what I use as well. So this is my guider. Hit the connect button. You'll see I've got Meade Generic set here. Go into Mount Setup and click on Trace On. Again, this is because I know mine works. COM port's already set. Turn Trace on. No other setting needs to be adjusted. Click OK. Then connect the mount, and in my case I'm also going to connect the camera, but the reality is the lens cap's on the camera, so you won't see anything. Right, so now we can close this and you'll see everything's set up. We've got it turned on. So if we go into Tools, go to Manual Guide, and we can run some commands here. So I'm just going to simply go north, west, south, east. You'll see the commands were running down here. I'll do it again. North, west, south, east. So you can see it's done it. Then close that, go back into settings, disconnect all. Then at this point, go back into the driver. You want to turn the trace off, because otherwise it will create a file every time you connect. Click OK, close that. I'm going to close down PhD2 at this point. Then I'm going to go to the File Explorer, which I happen to have on the toolbar. You can bring that up using the Start menu, and you'll find the File Explorer in here somewhere. You can also use the Windows shortcut, the Windows key followed by the letter E to bring this up. That's a few ways off the top of my head. I'm sure there's others. Go into the Documents folder, then go into the ASCOM folder. Then you'll see a Logs folder with today's date. Go into there and you'll see here that there's some different log files. Now I'm not interested in the two small ones, I'm interested in this 5K one. This is the key file. Okay, if you send all of them through, that's fine, but this is the one that I'm really interested in. If I open this one up, what you get here is what is contained in the log file. First of all, it tells me which COM port it's connected to. This is information from the profile. This tells me the driver version, that it's that driver. A lot of this information gets repeated as it's going through reading the profile here and setting things up. And then you get this. This line here is actually really important for me. AutoStar version A4 S4 tells me this is not an AutoStar, but it's actually an AudioStar, which is what I'm connected to. And then the next line, new pulse guiding supported : true, tells me the driver is going to issue the newer commands rather than the older commands. This is important. For some telescopes, there are specific guiding commands that Meade added to the firmware. For the newer telescopes, and that's pretty much all of the AutoStar range, from including the LX90, the ETX scopes, the LX200 with the AutoStar 2, and the anything newer than around 2005, I think it was. They will all have these newer pulse guiding commands in, and it's better to use them. For older scopes, however, like the LX90 circa 2001, these pulse guiding commands did not exist. So there was an older method for running the pulse guiding. It still works, it's almost identical, It's just instead of it being one nice neat command, it's actually a group of commands that are sent through. It's a little bit technical, and that's why it is that I'm looking to actually hide this in the driver so that the driver itself goes, oh, it's one of those scopes I'm connected to, I can use the new ones, or oh, it's one of those, I can't. And so for my scope, I've got it set so that it can use the new ones, but for yours, it may not. So this is why I need to know. Once I've got that information, it's all in the very top of the file. We can then see, hey, look, there's some pulse guiding commands happening here. So we can see the commands that are being issued. And from there, we'll be able to figure out that, hey, the mount is being told to pulse guide. Now, I can tell you that these movements are actually very, very small. So unless you're actually guiding on a start and you issue a lot of these commands, you're not going to see much of a movement at all. Okay, and that's pretty much everything, but this is the file that I really want. Okay, so if you send those files through to me, I'll then be able to figure out what's going on, or at least it will give me more of a clue. Once you're done, delete the files because they're not needed anymore. And that's basically all you need to do for getting me the log files. Thank you.